Okay, this is the soon to open, well, I don't actually know when it's going to open, but this is the Wilmington Waterfront Promenade. Now, if you know anything about this space, what used to be here, this big blocky area, this used to be an underwater welding school. So this is where they would go underwater, do their welding and stuff. And then there's a building over here, this gray building, that used to be sort of the college for it. Now I think that's more of a city or county building or something. And obviously this has gone away. I don't know if this looks like it's going to be part of the promenade or not. As you can see here, we've got a walkway that goes all the way to the street. So I'm assuming that's where people can come in from this side, even though I don't know why anybody would, because over here this is all waterfront docks and offices and everything. Obviously over there there's containers and stuff. So you got this big undefined area. I think it may end up either being a parking lot or something here, but right now they're using it to store machinery. As you can see, it's a little bit wet. But this is the start of the path going from west to east, all right? And as you can look over there, you can see ships and stuff. Now, one of the concerns that I was thinking about was like the water quality, because I was thinking, what were they expecting? Are you going to be able to like kayak here or something? And I don't know that that's really what this is designed to do. I think it's really designed just to come and be. So even though I may take my kayak out. So as you can see, he's still working on stuff, using, nice beautiful wood here. They use it on all of the railing and stuff. And I think I saw somewhere along the line they're putting a second thing down beneath here, where it will be just sort of a, I don't know, maybe it's a thing to catch people, or they decide to try to jump or whatever, but it's down on the other side. But got lighting and stuff here. And it looks like it's going to be a parking lot, just based on the fact that there are driveway entrances over here, and the lines, parking lot lines. I guess that would tell you, that it'll be a parking lot. So again, we're walking west to east, right? And you can see over here, you've got a train going in the background. That's going to be a cool part of the scenery, that these trains are always going. If you're someone who's interested in trains as I am, it's always cool to come and look at that stuff. And you can see here, this is a lot of the stuff that was already here before. If you don't know anything about the Wilmington waterfront, they did have a place where boats could come and dock. And then of course you've got the, I guess it's a community center over there. And that's all that was pretty much here. This was sort of barren stuff. You can see they're putting some beautiful brick here now as we go along this walkway. You also see a lot of the vegetation. I think this is really cool that they planned for this. That they're putting this here so close to the waterfront. Got the palm trees. It's really nice. You got lights again here. And so this brick is cool. I don't know when they plan to open it. I assume like most projects, it's probably behind schedule. There's weather, there was COVID. I think they started this prior to COVID. But lots of things to slow it down, but it is coming out great. So again, you get the view of the, I don't know if this is one of the oldest ones, but this is a pretty old berth for the Port of LA. It's still working, I assume. And then over here, I think these guys do a lot of servicing with oil, because this looks like an oil tanker. It looks like it doesn't carry any kind of stuff. So again, that's another cool thing to look at. You'll be able to see the ships coming in, doing their business. And it's very cool to see these huge sort of marvels of man, I don't know what this is going to be ultimately. It may end up being some kind of garden area. But one of the things I did notice, they put a playground here. So check this out. Now what's cool about this is we're walking on this brick. You get to this point, and all of a sudden it gets soft. And it's got that really mushy, thing. So this is obviously a place where kids can come play. Ironically, it's surrounded by rock hard granite. So hopefully, people are careful and don't go running around too much. But this is a really well-designed playground. You've got the things here for the kids, sort of some old-fashioned toys. These are things, of course, that are designed to stand up to weather, stand up to salt, and stand up to nature. So, well lit here. You got this whole garden that goes all around. You can see there's already sort of birds and stuff that is trying to take root here. Again, more gardening here within that. I think that's a great experience for kids to see, a lot of the growth in gardening alongside, a very fun place to play for them. Uh, I don't know what that thing does. I think it spins. There it is. That's cool. Things to play with. A relatively safe slide. Now, the one thing that I did notice about this that I'm a little concerned with is there's really no shade. I mean, if you look straight up, now right now it's probably 11 o'clock, but on a sunny day there is no place to hide. Now, it could be that they're going to be putting in umbrellas and things like that later, but as of now there isn't a place to hide. So you've got this metal slide and it's already warm. You know, it's 11 o'clock and just putting your hand on this thing, I can't see. Yeah, I can see. There it is. Pretty warm. But this looks cool. It's, you know, you got this brick, you got everything here, or the granite, and then you got this nice tree. It looks nice, you know. So here we're gonna walk up the spongy hill here. I was gonna take the stairs right there, but we're gonna walk up this spongy hill if I can make it. Holy cow! All right, here we go. Beautiful trees. Got some cool little things here. It looks like a telescope where, yeah, I guess you'll be able to see. Maybe it's supposed to go the other direction. Maybe this is just sort of where it is now. Oh, it's like a kaleidoscope type of thingy. So, yeah, maybe you can see that, maybe you can't. I think I just see my eyeball. And this is neat. It's like a piano. So I think kids will have fun playing with this. Hard to break. Yeah, instrument for all. There's a little tag there. Let's see if I can see it. Yeah, there it is. All right, so now we're walking out of the playground area. Again, this is that still spongy stuff here. And we come to a big grassy area. And again, more gardening here. It's just lovely landscape. They just put all the trees and stuff in here and plants. It looks beautiful. And then you come to this area. Now this is all sod right now. You can see they're sort of wanting it to grow. And I don't really know what they want to do with this area, because I'm thinking, you know, a lot of times when you're serving your community, the community here may want to play soccer. I mean, it's a big soccer community here. They've got lights. I don't know that these lights are designed to light this place up at night or not, but I could expect, and I don't know if they're going to do some rules, like, you know, you think when they create these spaces, do they create it with the anticipation of people picnicking here or people playing games, doing things? I don't know if they're going to define that later, but I imagine there are going to be quite a few soccer games played on this grass. That may wear it down, so I hope they plan for that. Now here we walk toward the front, so now we're facing south, and the first thing we see here is you can see the dock. This is sort of the what do you call that? Well, basically where you can sort of walk out and stand and do things. And they've got some shade stuff over here. We'll walk over here real quick. So we're walking down these stairs. And again, this beautiful granite. And there's one thing I'm excited to show you. I'll show you in a little bit here. But I'm not going to walk on this thing because I'm not. But you can see here, there's an entrance here and it goes around. And basically you've got some shade there, you've got some benches where people can just sort of sit out and enjoy the water. And it looks like there is a square over there where you can walk on it and sort of look down to the water itself. Maybe it's something that's, you know, where you can sort of jump on it or whatever. Just don't have your phone in your pocket when you do that, because I imagine there'll be a lot of cell phones down there. But look at this. This is cool. So here, essentially, you can walk down to the water. And you got all of these, you know, beautiful granite stones that just go right down into the water. And when I first looked at the plan, I got to tell you, I thought it was something that would give you the ability to like take your kayak or whatever and just walk down and launch yourself and go out and come back. It doesn't look like it's actually designed for that. You can see they put a lot of you know, vegetation treatments in here in between this beautiful granite. Also, the other thing is, if you can look down there, you see the granite blocks that are currently underwater are pretty, they're probably pretty slippery, because, you know, you get that algae growth on these things. So take a look here. Yeah, you get that algae growth, and you know, I wouldn't want to slip on that because there's nothing but hard surfaces here. So that's something that, you know, again, you don't know what kind of regulations or cautions they'll put in place once this thing is done. But you know, for right now, in terms of just the sheer beauty of it and the design from an architecture standpoint, I think it's beautiful. But I probably will walk my kayak down here and launch. Now this is, again, this is probably not water you want to be swimming in, but you know, if you're good in a kayak, and I've come through here before coming from the other side on my kayak, as long as you don't fall in the water, I think you'll be all right. But you can see it stretches all the way down. Now here's another cool thing you see. Look, they've got these swings. They've got 3 of them here. And if you walk up here, they look cool, because first I thought they were just seats. And these are also seats. Obviously they serve as benches, but you know, they can be seats as well. Just got to take the big steps up. So plus and minus, okay? The plus is that these are very cool. You can sit on them and essentially they swing. All right. The minus, no shade. It's like, you know, in the morning they sort of miscalculated where the sun's going to be, and you don't have a lot of shade here. I don't know what this is going to feel like in the middle of the day, but again, there's just not a lot of shade built into the architecture here from what I can see so far. But these are cool. I also hope that people don't overdo these things and start to do stupid stuff and jump off of them and all of that. I mean, you know, I think architects make these plans with the thought of, you know, old people sitting there swinging back and forth, or young couples just enjoying the sun. But you know, the reality is kids come out and do crazy stuff and they test things to their limits. So, you know, as you can see here, they put in the little metal pieces to stop people from trying to skateboard on these steps here. So they are taking some precautions with regard to the realities of life and the realities of how people actually use things that are intended for a different way. I'm going to take a walk over this hill really quick. I actually haven't gone over here yet, but again, we're going back north on the grass, and I just wanted to show you some of the attention to detail with regard to vegetation. By the way, over this side, this is where all of the cars come in from different ports, where they're put on trains, put on trucks, and then shipped out to dealerships in different areas around the country. So there's always that. So if you're, like I said, if you're a fan of our infrastructure and industry and how things get done, there's a lot to see here. A lot of the normal workings of what's made Wilmington a great city. But here, just look at this vegetation. Now, based on this, you will be able to bring your pets here. You know, you got water fountains, but it's just a nice walkway too. So the vegetation stretches up and it goes around this hill, and there are stairs, and I think on the bottom those are the restrooms there. So now we're walking a little bit northwest. You know, again, the grass is here. This is a huge piece of grass. I could not see how people aren't going to be playing football and soccer and everything there. But, you know, hopefully people will picnic as well. That'll be a multi-use thing. The other thing I don't know, you know, if this is going to be considered like a city park where you can get permits to have parties and do things. It may just be sort of an open space, but I guess that's going to be determined. The office obviously is going to be in the community center, which is over there, which has always been here. So this path here, again, it shows just as, you know, you got the sod here, you've got a different kind of grass that leads a path up and around. Just beautiful architecture, or beautiful landscape architecture. That's something my daughter's taking in college right now at Berkeley. So, and then the cool thing for me is you come up to the top of this and you look over and you see these trains that just are doing our nation's work. I mean, I just think it's so cool. But you can see here just the grass and everything that just extends all the way down to the street. I mean, it's really nice if you just want to come and walk here. At least this is probably the only place that gives you some shade, because the trees are basically a little bit taller. You can see the walkway winds around toward the outside. I'm gonna go up these stairs. I haven't been up here yet. Now I think we're at the highest point, and it looks like it's pebble work here. Yeah, it's just the highest point where you can sort of see everything. So I assume at some point they're going to put I don't know, something here, maybe some benches or something where you can have a picnic or look around, or telescopes. That'd be a cool thing to put up here too. And you know, the thing that I do notice is it's definitely, you know, accessible for wheelchairs, walkers, things like that. There are paths that go everywhere. Of course, you're gonna have to put some elbow grease to get up these hills, but you know what, that's why you come out and exercise, right? So again, beautiful plants coming down, and look at here, you can just sort of see everything. It's just beautiful. Now, I'm always sort of an advocate for creating spaces like this, you know. I hope that people are able to keep it beautiful and use it in the way it was intended. You know, because it's just nice. I was really looking forward to this. You know, I'd come out just to sort of look through the fence to see how they were building, how things were going. You can see some cars over there in the distance as well. Because, you know, you just want the best for it. You want the best for a community, and, you know, I love coming down here. So I'm hoping it's something that, you know, makes the Wilmington community just that much, a little bit brighter. You know, this is really known as a working class community where things get done. Not a lot of fanfare, not a lot of glory. It doesn't have the what's the word? Sort of the aura of San Pedro, you know, or Long Beach. You know, Wilmington's a small city. I think it's very real. Look at this work here. They're putting wood up here now. This is something new. And I believe these are going to be the restrooms. The fact that they're marked WC, if any of you guys are in Europe, you understand what WC stands for, water closet. So I'm going to assume these are going to be the restrooms. That's my guess. But this is a parking lot here. This is probably the easternmost parking lot. It doesn't look like there's a ton of parking space here between those two lots. If you looked at the plans, I thought the plans showed that they might convert some of that space across the street as a parking lot. I still don't know if that's going to happen, but right now it looks like that's just going to still be for people who work over on the docks loading and unloading cars. So here we come up to the sign. And this is something new. The last time I was here, that sign wasn't there. So Wilmington Waterfront Promenade. And here you can see this is a building that's been there forever. It's sort of shaped like a ship. Not forever, but it's been there longer than this. Shaped like a ship there, Banning's Landing Community Center. I assume that's gonna take on its same function once it reopens. And you know, probably also serve as an office, like I said, just in case they start to offer services and stuff for this park, you know, for permits and things like that. I mean, I imagine people will want to do concerts and have parties and stuff, and, you know, you've got to have something to manage that. But this is just a beautiful place for it. Now, we're walking back south toward the water, and there's another landing here. Now that structure over there was for just going out and being on the water and having fun. This one's is actually more practical. This is for landing your boat, getting in and out. And I remember before there were some companies that would come and pick up people here, take them on parties and things like that. I don't know if that's going to continue, but it looks like if it were, you know, it would be here. So this is where, you know, your boats would come in and you go from there. As you can see, it's designed to go up and down depending on the tide. The tide is very real here. Like, you know, you can actually see it when it's low tide and high tide. I can't tell what it is just now, but yeah, this is going to be a very practical feature of the waterfront. Lots of benches, places to sit. Again, not a lot of shade. I think they think maybe these palm trees are going to grow a little bit more and offer some more shade. I hope that's the case. And there you go. See, wildlife starting to sort of recognize that this is going to be a place of beauty, a place where they can come and be part of the community alongside other people here. Now here's a statue. This has been here for a while. Phineas Banning. I don't know if you can see that there. But yeah, it's a nice thing to come as you walk down this walkway, and you'll see him here. Another thing that was there was just sort of a water sculpture. And right here, this is where the old dock used to be. It used to come out from these rocks here, just go straight out here. And it was just a very small dock, but you could go sit. Sometimes people would fish or whatever. But yeah, it's just where where the boats would come in. So this one's going to serve the same function as that, even though it's a new bigger one. But this water treatment here obviously is off right now because this whole place is under construction. But this is where, you know, water's going to trickle down here, and it's a cool thing. You put your hands on it. Kids have fun with this kind of stuff. So this is the community center, and it's been closed, of course, for the number of years that they've been building this, planning this. So I don't know if the actual services of the community center have been moved someplace else. I hope they have been, because I think every community needs a community center. But you see they're putting the trash cans here, recyclables, trash, and some lots of benches. I don't know if these are going to be the final landing spots for these benches, but I would hope that there are going to be some umbrellas or something out here for shade. So, and then over here, this is cool because this is where you can actually see the ships in action. You can see the ships coming here. As you can see, there's one here, an oil tanker, it looks like from Jacksonville, Florida. And these guys do real work here, you know, just watching them, you know, batten down the hatches or whatever you call it, where they, you know, put ropes out there and they tie the ships down. I mean, it's real work that goes on here, and it's a cool opportunity to see this kind of actual work in such a beautiful environment. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this tour of the Wilmington Waterfront Promenade. I can't wait to see when it opens, and I'll plan to be down here quite a bit. Take care.